All right, so a lot of times when I train salespeople and train sales teams, I get asked, Paul, what's the best close in the world? What's the number one close to close any objection? If you had to use one close, just one close in your whole sales career, what would that close be? And usually when you ask sales trainers or when you ask sales professionals or when you ask master closers, they will tell you there's no single sales close that you can sell anything to anyone. And I disagree. There is one close. It's called the good night kiss close. I'm going to show you this close in this video so you can use in your marketing, in your sales pitch, or wherever you want to use it, even in your dating and personal life. It works 100% guaranteed and will skyrocket your conversions. So what is the good night kiss close? Well, in order for you to understand this, I have to paint a picture for you. Imagine you were a young man. Maybe you are a young man, but imagine you were a young man and you really like this girl. You really like this girl and you wanted to ask her out on a date. So you ask her out on a date and you're going to pick her up at her house to take her out. So you go up to the porch and you knock on the doorbell, or you ring the doorbell, because if you knock on the doorbell, I don't think that would work. So you ring the doorbell. The father answers, you greet him respectively, you're dressed well, you smell good, you took your shower, you shaved, you got ready for this date that you are looking forward to. And behind the father's shoulder, you see your girl, the girl of your dreams, walking down the stairs, looking beautiful, looking ravishing. You smile, and the father looks at you and says, make sure you bring her home by 11. You say, yes, sir. You escort the girl out. Let's call her Maria. You escort Maria out. You open the car door. She gets in. You close it. You get in the car. You tell her to make sure she's wearing her seatbelt, and you drive her for dinner or drinks or wherever you're going. You take her to a fancy restaurant. You pull out a chair. You're having a nice time, you're talking, you're vibing, maybe after you're walking along the beach, talking about things, asking her questions. And then the time is about 10:30, so you head back to the car, you take her back home on time, and now you're on the balcony, on the porch, and you look in her eyes, and you lean in just enough to kiss her. She makes an extra step, and you kiss. Now, let's put that story to the side for 1 second. Let's put that story to the side and compare it to another story here, okay? So you drive up to her house, you get out the car, you bash the door, you start hitting the door. The father answers, opens the door. You look like shit. You're unshaved. You're wearing some sort of leather jacket and chains. I don't know, well, maybe some old school hip hop clothes that just don't make sense. And you greet her father, but instead of a handshake, you go, what's up? You see her walking down the stairs looking all good. You're sitting there. The father looks at you, wanting to kill you at this point, and says, make sure you bring her back at 11, or whatever. You walk into the car. You don't even open the door. You get in. You start driving. You take her to McDonald's, which is not a bad thing. I'm not talking on McDonald's here, okay? But maybe you would, if you don't have a lot of money, maybe you take the burgers and you go and sit on the beach or something, but you take her to McDonald's, you try and molest her on the beach 10 times, but it doesn't work because she's pushing you away. You take her back to the house late, and you try to kiss her. How do you think that would work out for you? Probably not good. The father's probably looking through the window with a shotgun ready just in case. So where am I trying to get to here? Well, it's very simple. It's not the close that matters. It's everything you do up to the close. Once, if you do everything right in your presentation, you do your subliminal messaging, you give value to your client, you're respectful, you answer their questions, you do everything that you have learned on this channel on how to sell anything to anyone. At the end of your pitch, it doesn't really matter what you say. It doesn't matter because they are already sold. And that is the goodnight kiss close. All you have to do is lean in and the girl will kiss you. You've already closed her. She's already sold. Or you completely screwed up and she'll slap you in your face and, okay, you better learn how to do things right next time. The actual close is not as important as you think. Yes, of course, it's important. You increase your conversions, yes, but it's not as important as your sales presentation and doing everything right. So if there was one close that I needed to learn, it would be the good night kiss close. Now, if you want a blueprint, if you want a sales blueprint that will teach you or show you how to sell anything to anyone at any time on any platform, whether it's an email, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a website, whether it's a phone call, it does not matter. It's just a blueprint that sells anything to anyone. Make sure you watch this video right here. This will give you the foundation to sell anything to anyone at any time on any platform. I guarantee it. And if you watch that video and you don't think you got value, just comment underneath that video, Paul, you suck, and I will apologize. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in that video.